og kolleger i Norge, my friends and brothers in Norway. I går feirte nordmenn samenes nasjonaldagen. Og samene urfolk i Norge. Og de feirer årlige i 6. av november hvert år sin nasjonaldag. For the other brothers, yesterday, people of Norway celebrated Sama or Samanas National Day. And Sami or Sami, Sames are indigenous people in Norway. Yearly, they are celebrating the 6th of February every year about the National Day. Urfolk er arver og utøver kultur, metoder related til historie og miljø. Og de har bevart sosiale, kulturelle, økonomiske og politiske egenskaper som skiljer seg fra andre i samfunnet. Indigenous people, as we know that is, people are heritage, particularly their cultures, a method that is related to the history and environment. And all indigenous, they have preserved social, cultural, economic, and political characters that is different, or they differ them from the other people in the same some society that is they are living in. FN, this is United Nations, in his convention number 169, din konvensjon snakker om urfolk og stammer folkegrupper i uavhengig land. And this convention is speaking about the indigenous people and the tribe peoples where they living in independent country. In 1989, they adopted by the General Conference of the International Labour Organization this convention of the United States, and it be part of the national as a national day for that is imposed in 1991 as one of important days for the indigenous people in all over the world. Urfolk rettigheter are included in menneskeretter. As we know that is, indigenous people's rights are one of the part of the human rights. And the human rights fundamental document is international national international or universal declaring of the human rights. And that is menneskeretter, as we know that vi känner att menneskeretter är universal och ett fundament som demokratierna, alla demokratierna i världen bygger på. Och det vill säga att utan att respektera menneskeretter och menneskerettigheter, as vi säger i boken, är det icke, hvis vi icke respekterar menneskeretter, det finns icke demokrati eller demokratisystem. human rights are universal, as we know that. And it is human rights is fundamental on which on any democracy, in any democracy to build. Any democracy is built in a ground stone, what we call human rights. And that is, without respect of human rights, there is no democracy. Fra och med slutet av 1800-tallet, vi studerte der i samfunnskunnskap i Norge. Staten i Norge innførte en politikk der fokuserer i skiftet fra innførte kristendom over urfolk i Norge. Urfolk i samenes område. Og så innførte en ny politikk, og dette politikk kan inkludere assimilering, politikk av samenes kultur og språk inn i norsk kultur og norsk språk. From the end of the 19th century, as we studied that is in the social study of the Norwegian, that is we studied here, history of Norway, the state in Norway introduced a new policy. And that is policy is focus of how to position Christianity over the indigenous people in Norway, in North, and put it that is as ideological assimilation of the minority groups inside the majority groups of the Norwegian people. But in 1970, from 1970 till now, Norway and many other countries in the north or in the north of Europe, including Finland or Sweden, have a new policy. And this policy is positive. We call it positive policy towards samenes culture and språk. Without, besides that is found a foundation like the introduction of the Sama in the school, introduction of the Samish language at the school system, and they built or establishing a new institution like a parliament for the Sami. Fra och med 1970 har Norge och många andra land, Sverige och många andra land, Sverige och Finland, ja, de införde ny positiv politik mot samerna. Och detta säger att samespråk och samekultur blir inkluderat i norska systemet, norska skolsystemet. And senare det uppbyggd av samiske institution och samiske sameting i Norge. I denne dagen av 6. februar, jeg vil gjerne minne Norge, nordmenn og mange andre, de som jobber med menneskeretter og etiske spørsmål om hva foregår i heilandet mitt, i Sudan. At staten mangler menneskeretter i Sudan. Sudan, som vi vet og vi kjenner, at Sudan er afrikanske land, og urfolk Sudan är negroides nationer och afrikanare som vi känner. Och afrikanare till idag utgör 93% av befolkningen i Sudan. Och de fortsätter praktisera sitt eget språk och sin egen kultur i många områden. För att bygga områden i Öst-Sudan till områden i Blue Nile till Nuba, fjäll, Sør-Sudan och Vasheda och i Darfur och i Nord-Sudan. Men staten som vi har i Sudan idag, det är inte staten som sudaneserna som uppbyggt för sig själv. Staten är arabiska staten och de representerar inte befolkningen. Heller inte representerar mångfald i samfundet. Och de styrer med liten minoritetsgrupper som kallar sig islamisk arab i Sudan. Och de var allierade under kolonism och kolonismen stöttade dem och de ärvde staten och de äger staten för sig själv. Vi var under koloni av anglo-egyptian och egyptisk anglo-koloni. Sudan till idag styrer med dessa grupper styrs med systemet vi kallar sudanesisk apartheid system. For the other, my friends, in this day I want to remind all friends in Norway and in other democratic country in Europe, outside there, many other countries in the world, as Sudan is an African country. And the indigenous people of Sudan are the Negro nations. A Negro is an academic word, and that is a word used to describe a black people or African people. So, on those people, make about 93% of the population in Sudan. And they still living in many parts of Sudan, from the bigger part of Sudan, in bigger town, bigger area in eastern side, to plantation for the black farmers in the middle, and in east to the Funj, a group of folk in south of Blue Nile, to the Nuba people, to the South Sudan, as we know, to Darfur, and that's many groups inside Darfur, to the north part of Sudan. And those people is still the country or the state that is still posed is oppression, injustice, and racial discrimination by a small minoritarian group describe themselves as Islamic Arab group. And this group was in fourth time was allied with the colonial, under the colonial of British Anglo-Egyptian colonial, and by that they cooperated with them. They inherited the state and the walls of the state, and they continued in the build a kind of government we used to call an apartheid Sudanese apartheid system. The same apartheid system was in South Africa before. All Sudanese, we are living kind of oppression and exploitation and discrimination in all the part where we live. And this kind of state apartheid system established a war against this apartheid system first. They opposed this system that is make many damage in our culture and build a kind of system that is refused or the put make it our village and many countries, many places that is we leave it out of the modern history, the modern time. And after a few group of Negro people, Negro nations, started their revolution against the apartheid system. The apartheid established a new war, and this is kind of ethnic cleansing war resulted in a genocide in South Sudan, Nuba Mountain, and western side of Sudan, and Al Funj, and as we know that is in Darfur, and the case of Darfur is still now in International Criminal Court. Sudanesiske folk til I dag lever alle I slags av undertrykkelse og diskriminering som tidligere opplevde for samefolk I sør, I Nord-Norge. Deres språk, kulturelt og livsopphold og økonomisk ressurser blir ødelagt før en fortsetter ødelagt av apartheid system til I dag. Og den arabiske staten og det arabiske parti og alle grupper som jobber I Khartoum I dag representerer ikke folk som bor I Darfur og sør, nord og øst. Det bare bor I Khartoum. Og ikke representerer mangfold samfunnet som det skal bli I demokratiske staten og demokratiske samfunn. For å bygge et demokrati, staten først vi må bygge et likestilling samfunn og likestilling I verdi og likestilling mellom kvinner og menn, men likestilling mellom alle slags grupper av mennesker. Vi må respektere alle mennesker og rettigheter uansett av sine bakgrunn eller kultur eller språk. Vi må, men I Sudan I dag, vi må anerkjenne først at apartheidsystemet en riktig definisjon av problemer I Sudan. Og vi må gå videre for å bygge en nytt staten og nytt politikk og nytt politikerne som vi trenger I Sudan som respekterer menneskeretter. Og dette veien leder oss til samme løsning som skjedde I Sør-Afrika før. Og det bygger en demokratisk staten å respektere alle innbyggernes rettigheter, og der måten endrer vi politik som vi står today. To build a democratic state in any country, first we should address the crisis, the problem. And the right definition for the problem in our country is that we have a crisis called apartheid system. And this apartheid system should destroy it first for build a new country, a new state, or build a new societies. And the conception and culture of democracy is building in the head of individuals and inside the societies, and that is the societies lead us to build a state. And the kind of solution that is we have in South Africa, we had in South Africa before, destroyed of apartheid system. That is the way we should go towards a solution in the Sudan. There, we can build a democratic state that is respect all the rights of the citizens. The citizens' right without we seeing their language or their color or their ethnic background or their culture. The apartheid system must be dismantled